How do you expect to get good at anything if you don't do? You can tell yourself as much things as you want. You can tell yourself, oh, I'm going to be successful. Oh, I'm going to change my life. Oh, I'm going to go on a diet. But unless you actually mean any of that, unless you actually do any of that, your words are useless. You can watch as much content as you want in doing something, but unless you actually do it, it is meaningless. You are not building anything for yourself in doing so. All you're doing is wasting your time going through the notions of learning, but not actually applying it to your life. And this is what most people do. They don't actually apply these principles to their life, but learn it. Or not even learn it. They just take in the information. They don't understand it. They don't know how to apply it. So you're wasting your time trying to teach yourself these things that are useless if you don't actually plan on using them. That is why people say school is so unimportant, because they don't end up using those skills or whatever they learned in school because they didn't actually learn it. They just were there and it was a waste of time for them since they didn't actually apply it to the real world. It's like no matter what you do, you must allow yourself to actually apply it. So if you want to get better at speaking, speak to more people. If you want to get better at writing, write more. If you want to get better at thinking, think more. It's things like these, like you just don't understand how if you want to get better at anything, the only way to do so is by doing. You're not going to become a pro soccer player unless you actually play soccer. You're not going to become a pro gamer unless you actually play. You're not going to become a content creator unless you create content. You must be willing to do everything to do it. You can't just say that you're going to do something and not actually do it, because then you're just speaking to speak. You're not actually applying yourself to make whatever you want actually happen. Like, you can tell yourself you're going to get rich. You can say that all you want. And I do that. I tell myself I'm going to be successful. I tell myself I'm going to be rich. But what is the use in doing so if I don't do anything to make it happen? What is the use in doing so if I haven't taken action to make a business, to sell a product, to learn how to market? What is the action of doing so if I haven't applied myself to those principles? And it's not about just learning, it's about applying. It is mostly about applying. You can do all you want. You can try to watch as many videos. You can try to read as many books, but unless you actually apply them, it is a waste of time. And though you may have that information for the future, if you don't understand it or understand how to apply it to your life, it is utterly useless. And it's quite harsh to say, because I know there's countless amount of people who watch videos and they're like, wow, I'm really learning something out of this. Unless you're doing as the video goes, and unless you're actually applying to do so, you're doing nothing or gaining nothing from it unless it's meant to be entertainment for you, which I highly doubt it is, because you want to learn something, you want to become better at something, you want to improve yourself. The only way in improving yourself is doing. You're never going to do anything unless you actually do. You can tell yourself as many times as you want. You can write as many reminders on your phone. You can set as much timers on your phone to wake up at a certain time, but unless you actually wake up at that time, unless you actually do what the reminders tell you to do, and unless you actually do what you want to do, it is useless. It is just a waste of your time. And unless you're actually committed in making this happen or making whatever you want to actually come true, you're not doing anything with the information that you're giving yourself. You're going to take up so much information that you don't even know what to differentiate or what to keep in your mind or what to remove from your mind, because you're just taking in so much info that is not being applied to anything, keeping you unsure or uncertain where to go or what to do, because you don't understand anything, because you're not willing to actually apply those principles, because the applying part is what is hard. The learning part is easy. You can tell yourself to watch this video or to read this book, but you can't tell yourself to actually apply something, because that thing, that actual ability to tell yourself to do something like that is so much more difficult than just reading a book or learning about something, because obviously you must be interested in learning something if you want to learn it. So it makes you happy to learn. But then once you actually try to apply it and once you try to actually do it, that is when there is a roadblock. That is when you actually have to mentally tell yourself to do something. And unless you're willing to do that, you're going to be stuck in a constant rotation, a circular rotation going back and forth of you just learning and 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 not applying it to any aspect of your life. So if you actually want to improve on something, if you actually want to become something, if you actually want to learn something and understand it, you need to apply it, because that is the only way that you are truly going to apply and understand things. That is why when people get jobs, they actually learn how to do something because they're doing it constantly every single day to apply it. That's why content creators get so good at what they do, because they're doing it every single day and they know how to apply it because they're doing the action of doing. They're not sitting and saying that I'm going to be a content creator. They're not sitting and saying I'm going to work a job. They are working the job. They are being the content creators. So they are actually doing in the midst of people who say they're going to do. So don't be that person and actually apply what you learn, or maybe just try to understand before you learn. Maybe sometimes you should go into whatever you're doing before you try to learn about it, because then you get principles that you teach yourself and you will further begin to understand, taking away that sense of being scared from yourself. So make sure you actually apply what you want to learn, or force yourself to actually get into what you're doing so you actually learn it and find use in whatever you're learning about. Or else you're going to be stuck just speaking about it and never actually taking action.